You're back with
Vel
and DJ, and this is I'm a Rant.
Episode 1, Hygienes. Let's get into it.
Hygienes, and you already know this is not for you.
Poof, bitch, be gone.
Be gone. We can't do this, okay? All right, so episode 1. This is our first time doing the podcast, etc. This is our first episode, and like we said in the intro, we've been waiting a long time to do this, and this is going to be really fun. So we kind of talked about this when I first wrote this possibility of hygiene being the first thing we talked about. We already ranted about that when we first talked about it. How do you feel about hygiene in general? Just first.
Hygiene. Oh my! What can I say? It's a plethora of things that irks my nerves about people in their hygiene.
If you don't know about hygiene, let me just read you the proper definition of what hygiene is. It is conditions or practices conducive to maintaining health and preventing disease, especially through cleanliness.
Ooh, cleanliness is next to godliness.
Words next to cleanliness are personal cleanliness, disinfection, public health, environmental health, and sanitary measures.
Ooh,
do any of those words touch a nerve?
All those words irk and touch my nerve because people are lacking that today in everywhere you go. If you look closely,
you smell closely.
See the uncleanliness of the world. For instance, I'm going to touch base on fingernails. Because when you reach out
oh my goodness.
to someone and you want to put your fucking hands on that person, I'm going to need you to look up underneath that nail bed and get that fingernail clean. That is the nastiest shit ever in the world.
And that is true. And it kind of shows that you don't wash your hands. Or
bitches are not washing their hands.
They're really not. And I can attest to that. They're really not.
And cutting that water on rinsing is not washing your hands. So, I mean, like, you need to get that soap. You need to lather that shit up, wet it up. Wash your hands. Take a second. Get them nails clean. This shit is disgusting. And one of the things that I hate to see is a woman. Now, a man, we already know y'all not washing y'all goddamn hands. But woman, when I see a woman, a young lady, an adolescent in the streets with, sometimes I see people's babies with dirty fingernails, like straight from the stroller.
Well, that's definitely unsanitary.
That's so unsanitary. So that's just one of my biggest pet peeves is people reaching out and you talking to me with your finger and then all I see is dirt and you touching everything, and that's why everybody running around coughing and sneezing and your throat all fucked up. You got that about you because it starts with washing your damn hands. So what does cleanliness look like to you, Deja?
Well, cleanliness as opposed to hygiene. I guess we can come back to hygiene, but cleanliness is like when I have my beard cut down, if my clothes aren't terribly wrinkled. I guess it's coming from more of like a physical standpoint, whereas hygiene for me is like just the smell, whether it's your clothes, it's your body odor, because body odor doesn't necessarily stink, because we know that it's your body odor. Maybe it's hot outside, maybe you've been working, but when you come to the job and speaking of, so let me just say this. So if you come to the job and you're not, even if I don't care what you're smelling like, if you're smelling like, even if it's natural BO, that is the craziest thing to me, because you are just now coming to a 4 to 8 hour shift, smelling like this already. What are you going to smell like 2 to 4 hours into this work?
And let me touch on that into the job. Is I will say a lot of the things that I will talk about, some of it will be personal experiences. I will never put any of my friends and family in this podcast.
No.
They did not sign up
for this. Replace names with something else.
I ain't replacing no names. I don't know people's names. But what I will say is that I had encountered someone at 9 a.m. and it smelled like they had washed their clothes, but their clothes didn't get a chance to dry. So, like that mildewy smell. And it was so overwhelming. It's wintertime. The wind is blowing. And I was saying to myself, oh my God, bless your heart, you washed your clothes, but they didn't dry all the way. But then when I looked down at that fingernail, I knew that this was not the first, and it's not going to be the last time that you're going to step out at 9 a.m. with funky clothes and nasty fingers.
Right. Well, maybe he or she pulled them out of the dryer, and maybe they just weren't. Your face is saying it all.
I don't know. And then I like the thing that I seen trended on Facebook about people's toilets. So let's get into that.
People's toilets?
Their toilets. Like everyone they around here, they cleaning, they dusting, they disinfecting, they wiping the top of some shit. You hear me? Like the top is clean.
Right.
It is motherfucking crystal, all right? But let's get into the bottom of shit. That second shelf in your living room. That base of your toilet line.
Okay.
The neck of your sink.
So then I think I get what you're saying. So like I just cleaned my bathroom recently, just yesterday, and I definitely cleaned the underside where the pipe goes behind the toilet on the floor.
You have to get into
right. So
it.
when you're saying that people are cleaning on the surface.
Well, what happened is on Facebook they were saying that most people they clean their toilet, but they forget about that bottom part of that toilet. And let me tell you some real shit about me. When I go into your bathroom, I ain't looking for soap. I ain't looking for shit. I'm looking at the bottom of your toilet because I'm thinking if this shit ain't clean, then that hand soap that you got on here is disgusting and everything else in this bathroom is nasty. And then what's going to happen is I really have to piss. I'm using your shit like a porta potty. And what happens is I'm putting my feet up on your nasty ass toilet anywho. And I'm going to piss. And then what's going to happen after that, I'm going to have to whip out one of my own personal feminine wipes and panty liners that everyone who knows me knows that I'm super obsessed with always having a fresh panty liner and a wipe. That's going to be a whole nother topic because that shit right there.
Oh yeah, that's
really
going to be sometime down the line. That's definitely going to be.
And I ain't going to talk about that anymore. So let's just say, everyone, when you're cleaning and you're dusting, let's not forget about those small spaces because I mean, people are watching, they are looking.
They do, especially when they're in a new place. So I mean, hygiene definitely doesn't just have to be about a person. It can be your home. It can be
your fucking car.
It can be. I just said it could be. Yeah, it could definitely be your car.
When I say your car, like you can pull up to a car wash, get your lazy ass out, and clean them seats, vacuum them seats. Like you know you spilled that fucking coffee in that car, or you and your kids dropped them fries and shit up underneath that seat. Take some time and get in there and get your car cleaned out. That is really a great reflection of your house. Your car is a great reflection of your home. And don't let nobody tell you different. Because I've yet to see someone with a nasty house have a very clean car.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's
not a game.
Yeah, it's definitely been uncomfortable because I've had to step into people's cars because like I'm driving with them. And you get in and you don't even know where to place your foot to get in the car. It's kind of ridiculous. And, you know, I don't even see how you would want to invite someone in your space.
And that's true because people will invite you into their homes too.
And they already know.
Well, I'm telling you right now, like you can come down to my house at any given day of the week. I don't even have to know you coming. It's just, that's just how I am. Like, my house is not a fortress, like it's not God or anything like that, but it's mine. I appreciate it. I love it and I keep it clean. Now I can probably do a little bit more dusting here or there, but that's not my life. So I
guess basically, you know you keep a clean shift when you know that someone could definitely drop by and it wouldn't be a problem. But even if we know that when people come over, we like to just clean it up a little bit, wipe down something, vacuum something.
There was a lady in my life and I will forever love her. I will not put her name in this podcast, but anybody who knows me know who I'm speaking about, who taught me about cleaning and not just cleaning the top surface, because there were days when we had to get up and we cleaned. You hear me? And it was like, did you get that baseboard? Did you get the corner of that cabinet? Because if you did not start over and do it again, and because of that is why when I clean my house, it is a half a day event.
It really
on
is.
A Saturday or a Sunday.
It
like
really
you have
is.
to put time aside to clean your space. It cannot be done in a matter of minutes unless you're just doing it all day. And if you're a stay-at-home mom, then you should really have that shit under control. But if you work like I do, sometimes 50, 60 hours a week, sometimes, Saturday mornings, as much as I want to sleep in, I'm like, okay, no, let me just get up for a second and give my house about 30, 40 minutes of some love, some dusting and things like that. So yeah, so just keep in mind, like, it doesn't have to be spick and span, but just have it company ready. is what I'll say. Have it company
That's
ready.
nice. That's a nice
company
slogan.
ready.
Company ready. I'm gonna write that.
Company ready.
Company ready. That's a great.
That's a good one. And then it starts with you teaching your kids young too. You're not too young to pick up behind yourself or teach your kids to pick up behind themselves. Put shit back where they got it from.
Right.
You know, don't just sit your dishes in the sink. So yeah, when we speak about hygiene, it's across the board. It's across the board.
But I really do. I want to go back for a second. I really want to. I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna rant because I did rant maybe a week or two ago on my Snapchat about someone on the job who is an older gentleman. He wears the Walmart jeans, he wears the overly sized shirt and the hat, and he's balding. I'm just giving you that look of a man, that look of a guy, of an older gentleman. Nothing wrong with that. He's not unclean physically, but the smell. And I guess I'm bringing this up because I want to ask, do people smell themselves?
First of all, a great old person once told me if someone else can smell it, you can smell it.
So this is what I'm saying. When I ranted, I wasn't being personal, obviously, because he's a great guy, great guy.
So this is someone you know personally.
This is someone I know personally. Okay. This is someone I know personally. Yes, and great guy.
Some of the great still stink, but
some of the great still stink, and that's something, a whole nother thing. But great guy, but I'm sorry, but there's no other way for me to put this. The stench that surrounds him. This ball of odor that follows him.
Ball of odor.
It's almost like a shooting star. The star is here and it's surrounded by something, but it leaves a streak.
Oh.
He could walk by me wherever I am.
Okay.
I might just know he's there without turning around.
Okay. Oh wow.
And then if he leaves, that streak of stench is there for a good 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh wow.
And it is I will say this, I'm not being dramatic. I've never smelled anything worse than this smell. And I'm like, okay, so let me ask you this. How do you bring this up to someone when we're not friends, we're coworkers?
Okay.
So it's like,
well, I will say it takes a lot of balls. I will tell you that. Right. And everybody does not have this in them to approach someone that has bad hygiene. And it's even harder, like you say, if you're not friends with the person. But I will tell you, I ain't got to be your friend. But if I am your coworker, that's close enough for me to go up to you and be like, hey, just real quick. I'm not sure what it is, but there's a smell. I mean, now you can't laugh, and you got to be like, and then you have to come from a caring place. Like you definitely have to say, I smell it. I'm not sure. I don't want everyone at the job speaking about you. So just be mindful of this. I mean, I've had to tell someone before that, like, hey, I pulled someone to the side like about 20 years ago at work. And I'm like, hey, did you, we were close. I'm like, did you forget your deodorant? Like, what's going on? But I was in the hallway.
But did you come from a friendly,
I came from a coworker place. We did not mingle outside of work, but I was still comfortable enough with the person to say, hey, like, come here, let me holler at you real quick. What's going on? You left your deodorant at work? And she was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, I mean, she was cool with it. She went out and bought her some deodorant and put it on. One thing I will say, I'm going to tell you some real shit. It's a lot of close-knit people out here in the world that does not have the balls to tell someone that they even love that have a smell so that other people in the world is not even talking about them behind their back. So one thing I will say, I have a lot of, I'm lying. I do not have a lot of friends. I have a very small, close net circle. Very, very small. I mean, it's
of people
like
that you trust is like family.
It's like 4 of us, to be honest with you.
Right.
If any one of those people cannot honestly come to me and say to me, oh my God, Bill, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, maybe your breath, like, oh my God, girl, like, go brush your teeth, or your deodorant, or like, what's going on? Like, I was in the bathroom behind you, and what was that? Like, did you endure? Did you do something last night? Like, if they can't come to me and say that to me, then I definitely don't want those people in my circle, because that is the worst. Right. Because it really reflects them as well. Because if I'm going around stinking and y'all with me, like, they like, that bitch friends is.
It reflects your relationship too. To not feel comfortable enough to. I've definitely feel comfortable to tell people that I'm close with, family or friends, what's going on, because I don't want us to, we're here in the house and I'm not saying nothing, but then we go out to a meeting or a lunch or whatever, and then all of a sudden we're around other people and it's like, they're looking at you. Maybe they're talking about you or not. They might talk about
talking about the person that stink, and they talking about the person that's with them.
Exactly.
So
for not
just
saying
keep in
anything.
mind, if y'all out there in the streets and you got that friend that doesn't have the best hygiene, you getting talked about too. Because I'm looking at you like, bitch, you whack, because your girl out here stinking, armpits, shirts dirty, and all that other stuff, and you out here with. But this is another topic that we're going to touch bases on too, is how we are around friends, and what is that mean?
Well, that is episode 2, friendship.
What does that mean to people to have friends? Because you have some people in the world that want friends that are beneath them because it makes them look higher. So we're not going to go into that now. But
that is definitely,
that's
I can
still,
definitely confirm that it's written down. That is definitely episode 2.
Yeah.
That is definitely episode 2.
So you have anything else you ranting about?
Well, yeah, to bring it back to the core work, it's like, okay, because I feel I wanted to talk to him. Mm-hmm. I wanted to say something, but like I said before, he is an older gentleman. He's not. It's not that he's not all the way there, but he is not.
Okay.
Do I say something to him, and then I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should say something to a supervisor. Mm-hmm. But then, like, how is that going to read? Because I definitely don't want to be that person. So now I just kind of distance myself, because it's not an all the time thing.
Right. Oh, okay.
It's not.
Well, sometimes it's really not an all the time thing. It's just he could have just ran out the house that day, or didn't get a chance to shower that night, hopped up for work the next morning and didn't do his due diligence with his ass. But it happens. But I think
okay, so then to touch on that, it happens, but are you saying that it happens in the standpoint of like you're running late and you have no choice?
It could happen. Like some people can go in, like let's say example, it's a Sunday night, you hang out all Sunday night, you go home, you lay down, you like, I'm gonna get up in the morning and take my shower. I don't know a lot of people that do that, but people do it. And then you wake up the morning, you only have enough time to get your ass to work, so you haven't done anything. You haven't washed your ass from the club that night, you haven't done anything, and all of that odor is still on you.
Right. So personally, would you say you're going to?
I think if I smelled the person more than once or twice, I would definitely say something.
Okay, but in reference to what you just said, would you, knowing that you only have enough time to get to work on time?
That's where that wet one come in at. That's where those wipes come in at. That's where that care package that you should have in your car come in at.
For me, that's where like a quick 5-minute wipe down comes in.
Well, yes, it does. If you have that 5 minutes to give.
Even if I don't, though, I'd rather be 5 minutes late. Yeah, and just say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late.
But guess what? What if you on that last warning at work where that 5 minutes is your job or your ass? Literally.
Well, then I guess, your
job or your ass.
That's tough.
That's really tough.
That's tough.
So what's your question about, what was trending on social media?
Okay, so I guess like I had the other questions about what's bad hygiene, what's good hygiene, but I guess that's, we kind of did touch on what bad hygiene is and what good hygiene is.
Okay.
So, but then there was another question about has there ever been a time you didn't smell yourself and someone had to say something to you?
Who, me?
Personally, yes.
Hell no. Because first of all, I'll show up at a funeral late. I'll show up at a wedding late. I will do all those things late to take care of me. Because I don't want to be, I don't want to be the person that somebody gonna come up to me and be like, your arms are stinking. Right. But everybody is not that way. Like I have my regiments, my routines and stuff set out of how I go about my day, how I go about my night. I'm not getting on my bed without washing my ass. I don't care what I've done the night before. It's just not happening. I don't care if I take a shower for 2 minutes, I'm going to take a shower. So yeah, and then like if you sweat, like with me, I have hot flashes. So now sometimes I have to get up in the morning and also take a shower, even though I took one at night, because I'm like, no, I was sweating last night. I'm getting up in the morning, I'm gonna take me a shower or whatever the case may be. But everybody don't have those routines. Some people just wing it.
Yeah.
And when you winging it,
anything
you're slinging it. You're slinging that funk.
Anything could happen if you're winging it.
Anything can happen when you wing it. That is
personally
so true.
never had to anybody come up to me and ask, tell me anything about my personal hygiene, but I have had to do it. And it is, even if you're really close to the person, it's still uncomfortable because you
Now,
feel like
just imagine if you were, if you worked in the doctor's office.
Okay.
And someone.
Well, first of all, if you're working in a place of hygiene where things need to be clean anyways.
But I'm just saying, like, can you imagine the gynecologists and what they go through with they have to, oh my God, like they see women all day long. You ain't gonna tell me that everybody that crop their legs up on that table is smelling like blossom.
I would hope so because that goes back to, but no, I know, Mom, I know, but that kind of goes back to how you were raised. Like, you don't go to no doctor's office without being clean. You don't go to the dentist without making sure your teeth are clean.
Later on, when this podcast really get up and running, I am going to probably have a few professional people speak on certain topics because I know firsthand that bitches I'm going to the doctor on funk. Okay.
I think I know what you're talking about.
So now I'm gonna leave that right there. So if you are listening to this, don't let that be you. Like, don't do it.
Definitely no.
Put that care packet in your car. And what the care packet should consist of is a traveling toothbrush. Don't forget the paste. Right. Hand sanitizer, a panty liner, and some feminine wipes. And you can also throw some dental floss in there too. Like in the armrest of all of my vehicles, even in my husband's car, you will find a little small sandwich bag with those items in it. And it's just for emergency. Like you might go out to eat, you have garlic, you have broccoli, like floss your teeth, or
that's my thing,
or whatever. Or if you're drinking and driving, like brush your fucking teeth.
I hope that you're not. I hope that you're not.
You motherfuckers are out there drinking and driving. But what I'm saying is, be ready. Like, have your mints, have your toothbrush, and whatever the case. It's just.
I must say that's a place where I definitely fail in hygiene as far as flossing goes. It's very uncomfortable for me in my gums.
Then that means you need to strengthen your gums because you should definitely be flossing. Everyone should be flossing.
Yeah.
I'm no dentist, but everyone should be flossing. What you say? What you say?
Is it the dance or that does that? But speaking of another place where I guess I fall into the category, unfortunately. So there was a poll. Not sure about the date, but it was an internet question on Twitter. You know, Twitter is the place to go if you want to debate.
Oh yeah. Believe me, I've had my share of debates and arguments with bitches on Twitter.
Oh yes. Another episode. But so the question is, and before you even give me your response, I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about what the poll was.
Okay.
The question on Twitter was, do you wash your legs in the shower?
Oh, God, I heard that years ago.
Do you wash your legs in the shower? Now, 80% said yes, and then 20% said no. It's just like that, split, just like that. Do you wash your legs in the shower? And I do want to say, some people said, now, to further that question, are you allowing the soap to run down your legs? Or are you putting the cloth on your legs?
Let me tell you, that's so funny because there was another trend on Twitter or Facebook, whatever the case may be, where they was asking people, do you wash your feet in the shower? Or are you allowing that work?
That's the next part of the question.
First of all, fuck yes. You need to bend your ass over in the shower. And that's why motherfucking people ankles and knees and shit is black and like ashy and it's like the color is discolored because you're not using, like, use that rag and go down your leg, hit your ankle. You have to wash between your toes just because the water is running down your leg.
I definitely don't see how you could not be washing your feet, especially if you walk around barefooted, whether it's in your house or whatever, you go outside, whatever.
Because people think that because the water is running down and the soap is running from the top to the bottom, that they don't have to use that rag.
Right.
And then another thing I will say, when anyone visits my home, they will tell you, I'm going to give you 2 rags. And a lot of people are not
using 2 rags.
Ready for what I'm about to say because you bitches know you are not doing that. Y'all are washing your face with the same rag you washing your ass with. And you cannot tell me that you are not, because when I come anywhere or someone come anywhere to my house, I'm always giving you a clean face rag. And I'm also giving you a clean body rag. And a lot of times, well, no, I'm not going to say a lot of times because Some of the people that travel usually bring their
Don't
stuff,
facial kits,
so which is great.
Yes.
Because we know what to do. Like if you visiting somebody's house, like bring what the fuck you like.
Right.
But if you're not, then you should be doing this in your own home, and you should be familiar with having 2 rags.
Right.
But I'll tell you too, a lot of men don't know nothing about that either. That comes from if you're dating a woman, or you spending the night, or you laid up at this broad house, and she give you that thin ass see-through rag that she got from the dollar store, and you want to wash your face and your ass with that thin rag. No, sir. No, sir.
Well, I've never used the same rag for all those things. It already doesn't sound right if you're thinking about it to yourself. Why would you wash any part of your body?
Because I
with
think a lot
face?
of times, to be honest with you, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't grow up with 2 rags. Like, I just knew when I got at a certain age, I did not want to wash my face with the same rag I wash my ass with. But I wasn't taught that. So I don't even know how that, like I said, I don't even remember the age I was when I started doing it. But it's been like over 20, maybe 30 something years of my life. So I'm just like, well, not 30 years because I'm not that old. But still, it's been a long time. And I'm always a 2 rag, possible 3 rag, like not using the same rag all the goddamn time. Like you have to wash your linen. You have to wash your linen.
Yes.
Most of all, you have to buy linen. Like motherfuckers have linen closets with nothing in them. Toilet paper and no clean sheets. Like if 5 people came over at my house right now today, I have 5 sets of linen plus towels plus rags. Like, be ready. What's my term I said?
What is it? Oh, company ready.
Be company ready.
Right.
Anything can happen. A flood, a disaster. You got people coming to your home. Be company ready. Yes. Have the proper things ready to be a host to your guests or your unwanted. I don't know how you see your family and friends, but I'm just saying, you just want to be the hostess with the mostest.
Yes.
So yeah, and to answer your question, bend the fuck over, use that rag, and wash your goddamn dirty legs.
Your legs and your feet.
Because your legs do sweat, and that sweat does build up. Right. So water running down them ain't gonna move that build up sweat. Right, just FYI. Right. So yeah. Yeah, so I heard that about feet, but not about legs.
Okay, yeah.
So basically what you're saying, 20% of the world walking around with dirty ass legs.
True that, and possibly feet, because if you're not washing your legs, you're definitely not washing your feet. It's definitely not happening.
Oh, gosh, that's funny. So, yeah. All right, so
anything
I think I'm done ranting about hygiene. I mean, I'm pretty sure the topic's going to come up again somewhere along the lines, but
I'm sure we're gonna.
I think we covered a lot.
We did. This was a great first episode for us, I think.
Yeah, so I want everyone to chime in, give me your thoughts, tell me what you think.
Wherever that may be. I don't know where this will be posted. Maybe YouTube or Spotify.
We can do on both.
We can do them on both. I definitely would probably want to do it on YouTube too, just to get the comment section going.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm ready for the comment section.
Might have to keep that away from you.
I don't really care. I don't really care. So this is just something fun for us. No one's trying to get rich. Like, I don't need no one to pay my bill, or, I'm not behind or anything. Shit's not about to get repossessed around here. So if I don't get a like, it's not give a fuck.
I cannot.
So this is just all in fun. Something that me and my son just been wanting to do for a long time. Yes. And now it's out here, and we're not going to stop. So.
And it's definitely, even, it's something personal for us. I'd love to listen to this as many times as I can.
Yeah. So I'm going to be reaching out to my friends, and you guys know who you are. I want you to
maybe
listen to it. Let me know what you think. Give me some topics. Like, that's what I really want.
Yes,
I want my friends to give me topics that they want me to discuss.
Something that we can rant about, though.
We're going to be going all in on those topics for you guys, okay? All right.
All right. So do you want to
close it out?
Close it out, yes.
Well, closing it out.
So this one is going to be about 30 minutes. I kind of thought it would be longer, but this I guess.
Well, yeah, because you can talk about cleanliness for a long time, but the gist of it is just be clean. Just be clean. I ain't gonna give you a whole hour on how to clean your body and clean your house. Just be clean and make sure that your house is always company ready. So. Yeah.
And stop posting on social media looking a mess, please.
Okay, so lastly, when you motherfuckers are posting those pictures on social media, I'm gonna need you to go to the cleanest corner of your motherfucking house, and before you snap those pictures, and I'm done. Let's sign off, Day.
All right, this has been DJ
and Belle,
and this is I'm a Rant, episode 1. Thank you for listening.